You know, this week has been a Bach week. In addition to this D minor concerto, you've also recorded for us that we're about to hear an encore of the Toccata and Fugue, also in D minor. Talk to us a little bit about your passion for the D minor concerto, because when we discussed what piece, you had no hesitance. You just said, the D minor, can we do, the D minor 1052?
The thing is, of course, this one is the most famous Bach keyboard concerto, I think. It's been immortalized by Glenn Gould's recording with Bernstein and New York Phil, I think. And I remember watching that on, I think it was part of a movie called Great Pianists. And he only played a little section, but it was like really groovy. And I think I listened to it when I was like 8 or 9. And I remember thinking, oh yeah, that's cool. I want to play music like that, not the boring stuff that I'm learning right now. And so somehow that piece, it just had such a positive impact on me from that time. And of course, I've played other Bach concertos, but this one, I mean, it's so substantial. Every single movement in itself is a single entity. Bach's music is always having layers and layers. You can never feel like, yes, I have found an interpretation. Rather, it's changing all the time. And it even changed just from the rehearsal to the performance, and between all the things that we did. It's just so much fun to stay in the moment.
When you approach a piece like this, it's obviously, as you said, you've never really established a single. I noticed you added a lot of ornaments and things like that, which is very traditional. Is that something you thought about, or did you do them on the improv?
No, unfortunately, I've never been having that skill or that talent, let's say, the ability to improvise on stage. And of course, when I say improvise, I mean like a Mozart cadenza, that's like completely like impossible. But even just adding ornaments, it takes time for me. I really have to think it over. And I know this is in the tradition, and there are great pianists who can just do it on the fly. But I've worked a lot with Scarlatti, I've worked a lot with Bach, so I have had experience just working on them myself, but these ornaments, I certainly prepared them beforehand, that's for sure.
You're so kind to have recorded the Toccata and Fugue, and I know you were sitting here with the piano looking up at our, C.B. Fisk organ, the William Gillespie organ, which has so many thousands of pipes and manuals, and I'm sure you were thinking about that when you were recording the Toccata.
Absolutely, I was mentioning that to everyone. Yeah, the Bach Bisogni, this transcription of the very famous organ toccata, which everybody knows from tons of horror movies, etc. This is the vampire music, I think of it. Basically, I've only heard the organ version, and I didn't know there was a piano version until last year, when during the pandemic you have a lot of time on your hands and you're just looking through music, and I was like, what? Bach has this organ toccata, and it's been transcribed by Busoni, and also Busoni has transcribed the Chaconne, which is just so famous. Everybody plays that transcription, but I'd never heard of this one. And this one really, it dives deep, and of course, the organ is sometimes known as the king of instruments. And piano, I think we're already extremely lucky that we can have such a breadth. We can express a lot of also transcriptions of orchestra pieces, but playing something from an organ and having that sound in your ear, that was a big challenge. And then today, to have the chance to play this work in this amazing hall, looking up at that organ and feeling the vast kind of emptiness also, it was very inspiring.
Well, this is your first visit. I look forward to making music with you again when you're not wearing a mask and you don't have to quarantine before. And of course, the musicians were so happy with our collaboration with you, and it won't be the last time you're back. And it certainly won't be the last time that you and I make music together.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Maestro.